called frugal or cheap, or even worse, a cheapskate. That's offensive. Hey guys, today I want to talk about frugal and cheap. Is there any difference, frugal and cheap? For some people there's no difference. For some people they feel like if somebody would call them cheap, they would feel like they call them something really bad. And if they call them frugal, oh, okay, I'm frugal, I'm good. So, is there a difference? Yes, no? Stay tuned. Yeah, if you ever watch Cheapskates, sometimes they take it too far. Which, I don't know, which is like, sometimes they do too much inconvenience that doesn't save them enough in the long run. But let's not go there. So what is exactly being cheap? In my opinion, being cheap is when you're trying to save your money at the expense of other people, like paying less to somebody like for their service than you promised them to pay, or like if you go to the restaurant, not give them a tip or give a tiny tip, or like when you're donating something like at the church, not give any money, or give like very little just so that people see you dropped something, which could be like only $1. Well, that's cheap in my opinion. Or like when you're with your friends and you expect them to pay for your everything when you're going somewhere together and you don't participate money-wise. That's like taking advantage of them, and that is cheap. Also cheap is buying poor quality things that you have to replace really fast. Well, I don't mind buying cheap stuff that's like disposable anyways, because you're gonna use them for a short time and you're gonna have to throw them away anyways. But even some of the disposable, it has to be good quality in order for you to not have to use a lot of it. Like toilet paper, if you buy some like really poor quality, you just end up using more of it because it doesn't do the job. So you end up wasting more money. It's gonna cost you more in the long run. So sometimes people are cheap and buy things for cheap, which ends up costing them more in the long run. So that's not frugal for sure. So what exactly is frugal? And my channel name is Frugal Life, so I hope I'm frugal in a lot of ways, but frugal for me is not wasting stuff. Like, we're not wasting any food. If like we try to use up everything, so nothing's will go to waste. If something's about to like go bad, or I know like we're not gonna eat it on time, I can freeze it, or in case of fruits and vegetables, I can dehydrate it and then use it later in soups and stuff. Like I dehydrate bananas. If they go brown on the outside, I know they only have about 2 days left before they're gonna go brown on the inside, so I just dehydrate them, and we have banana snacks. Also, frugal is prioritizing on what's important. For us, it's important to build our wealth in the long run. So like if you go and eat out, of course you're gonna have fun, but tomorrow you have nothing to show for it, you're gonna be hungry again. But anytime you're making a purchase, I'm trying to ask myself a question: is it gonna benefit us in the long run, or it's only gonna benefit us in a very short time? So let's say I'm spending $30 for something that's gonna only benefit me for the next half an hour. That's not very wise, because I'm not even making that much money, and I don't think a lot of people do. $30 for half an hour, that's a lot of money. So yeah, but if you buy some item that you're gonna be using every day for next 10 years, it might be worth it if you actually need it. So, and also planning is frugal, because you have to think what's good for you in the long run because if you don't plan, you just end up wasting your money now, and then there's nothing left for tomorrow. Emergency fund is also planning and is also frugal. Saving for your retirement maybe is also frugal. But if you're saving too much that you can't live normally and like have to really, if you're really gonna be inconvenient in a lot of ways, that's cheap. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please let me know, what do you think is cheap and what do you think is frugal, and if there's any difference for you, and leave your comments down below. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.